with dry erase scoreboard in his hand approaches me following a poetry slam and says, "You know you'd score better if you quit writing that angry girl poetry." It's the last slam of the season, and I have just made the team for the 5th time. Other men in my proximity try to intervene on my behalf, but this all-knowing God of slam judges leans into me and says, "I think you know what I mean." And I do think I know exactly what he means. I think he means I should be grateful for the 8.5s and 9.1s from the same bulletproof men that trigger on my trauma response. I think that he means a woman's place is in the kitchen, chained to the stove by heels and pearls, muzzled by the pretty pink apron crammed down the back of her throat. I think he means that he would rather me shut the fuck up. Share something a little more sexy, a little more silent, a little less sauce, but dude is also right. I am angry about wasted time and the muted years in my own vocal cords. I am angry that I watched a man grab his girlfriend by a fistful of her hair, pull her down 2 square city blocks, and I couldn't find it in me to intervene. I am angry that my child had to sit outside the bedroom door sobbing and listen to her mama get her ass beat. I am angry that I can't find a respectful man, but my DMs are popping off with, "How you doing, pretty? Wow, sexy, single, sweetie? I'm not gonna lie, your thickness drives me wild. Do you think you can take all this stock photo cock?" I am angry that men keep saying they're different, don't owe me nothing, but still ain't showing me a damn thing. But maybe, somewhere lost in misintent, this slam judge was actually trying to tell me that trauma will always be a suitcase by my bed, and I can either carry that shit to the bathroom, the dinner table, weddings, funerals, poetry slams, or I can unpack it and give it a place to rest. A jackknife don't jab unless it has a point, and this dude's point was not missed. I think he means that I have every reason to be angry about the men in my life that have hurt me. But if I keep spitting that angry girl shit, I may scare away the love of my life or a winning score. Seasoned woman with dry erase scoreboard in her hand approaches me following a poetry slam and says, "You just told my whole story, girl." And I know exactly what she means.
You know that yesterday was the day that Lane Staley passed away, y'all, alongside Kurt Cobain. This one is The Chains of Lane. 2 months before I was born, you were given a facelift as a man in a box. A stone man buried in shit, waiting to be saved. You believe that their bones are you, born to the grave below, alone with no one near, digging up a whole pile of bones. Sit down in a hole, decorated like a grave. Here comes the rooster, but he refuses to die. Andrew Wood, a man lost to the flames of heroin. In a nutshell, there was no place to call home due to misprinted lies. When hell comes from within, heaven is beside the one. Now you are gone from speedball overdose, leaving us with memories of you. A man from stage child. Aaron Lewis giving birth to his daughter Zoe Jane, born into the world in shades of gray. Our lives saved by your words and touting the mad seas of grunge beyond measure. Your name? Lane Thomas Staley. This one is for the upcoming Blues chapbook for October. This one is called The Little Wings of Adam. The state of Louisiana, known for the blues, has lost one of my poetry monks all. Never knew you well. The devil will not be creeping around heaven's house, laying in your bed when you're not there, angry that your soul is not to sell. The good Lord Almighty knows how much He loves you, even for too long. The Father can't stand a heart that is shattered like my own. The voodoo child Stevie Ray Vaughan said her apologies for causing you pain with a cold shot. No matter if she misses you, you'll always be the baddest to the bone. What I envisioned was you, a baby brother with a voice and badass blues strings while the sister spits fire poems for the crowd as a duo. The mind of Stevie Ray Vaughan flows within you, as a guitar string amplifier should be. The spirits of the Hendrix, Gary Moore, the poetic Morrison, and the imagining soul of the legendary John Lennon lives in your mind. All remains to be seen. As you serve in the kingdom of heaven with B.B. King and the past greats of the blues, the thrill may be gone, but you always string a soul to the crowd looking down on us with the living Joanne Shaw Taylor, Joe Bonamassa, Johnny Lang, and a few. Not only your sister, my poetry mother, kept me grounded in line for the blues for so long. My mother, father, and grandmother know one thing. I've got my Wayne Dang Doodle all night long.
All night long.
Adam Braden Stewart. October 22nd, 1984, September 1st, 2021. You're a West enthusiast, Aaron Black. Yeah, I'm your Huckleberry. What of it? In 1881, Wyatt Earp shot me. Aaron Black to Garrus. Mortal Kombat 11.
Same play. I got old shit. But before I get to my old shit, I do just want to say one thing. National Poetry Month. At the end of the month, April 27th, here at Jandro's, we are hosting something very special. It is called the River City Rumble. We are having a poetry slam. 16 poets will be coming up here competing for over $500 in cash prizes, sharing their best works, trying to see who will be crowned the River City Rumble champion. We have poets coming all the way from Austin, from Laredo, from Houston, coming here to bless the mic. So please be sure you put that in your goddamn calendars, because it's going to be fantastic. All right. This first poem is called Gentrify This, I Dare You. And once I put my little brother's head in the ceiling fan, trying to choke slam him in the back room of this house.
Good God Almighty!
And once my Theo saw a thunderbird whoosh over the tree line right over this house, and once the devil came and asked Roy and I if we wanted to buy a washer at 3 a.m. at the front gate of this house. And my great-grandfather's ghost stomps his boots from the den to the front window of this house. And once I fell into a cactus bush and came out a new person at this house. And once I caught the puff of Marlboro Reds. The first Thanksgiving, Grandpa stopped smoking forever and no one was around, and neither was he in the dining room of this house. And we ate here before there were sidewalks. And the family dogs stayed outside and they ate what we eat. And we ate the street signs. And we ate the ghetto bird, spotlighting us when we were devouring midnight and drinking the champagne of beers. And the family dogs never ran away when maybe they should have. And we stood outside and we would smoke cigarettes through the cold and laugh until sunshine. And I swear that this side of the kingdom, as small as it is, it still feels infinite and ours. But the news reports always shoot us at our worst angles, just one letter off from angels. My homie Renee asked, yo, why the fuck do people think this is a bad neighborhood? Ain't shit happening. Fool, it's only us at 3 in the morning. I tell them, look at the night, fool. How the stars shimmer less from the light pollution, and look at us. How often was it said that we were undeserving of starlight, resigned to castles made out of cases of Bud Light, cardboard, and can't get right days where we understood how to carry these night skies and still survive long enough to see someone now want to come and take it all away these days. I see people jogging now, and they don't look like us. and they go to bed early, and they call the cops when the whole block is too alive for bedtime. And they want to build lives in our neighborhood beaming with character without all the characters. So try and take this. I fucking dare you. Our ghosts dare you. If you can't hear the thunderbirds or the dogs who wouldn't leave, what makes you think that you can carry the places that we held up? What makes you think you can carry the nights that rocked us to sleep? This neighborhood makes you work hard to live here. And we've worked too damn hard to be pushed out now. Too hard to give up our ghosts, to stop all the electricity within us that makes us glow brighter than any goddamn stars. Thank you. So this last piece, so, you know, y'all remember 45, right? Thank you. 45, you don't remember 45? No, you remember 45. Well, he says he's gonna run for president again. And I'm just letting you know, y'all need to tell your fucking family members, you know which ones. The ones who come over, say that weird shit at Thanksgiving. To shut the fuck up and not vote for that dude. Shout out to Paul, because he kind of told me to jack my shit. But the name of this poem is, for some reason when I say Donald Trump can suck my dick, there's always another Mexicano telling me to chill. Or, for some reason, 23% of Latinos still support Donald Trump. Or, if a Latino calls you a coconut, that means you are brown on the outside, white on the inside. Or a loconut is a pejorative that I made up, which means you are brown on the outside, Donald Trump on the inside. Or the name of this poem is Loconuts. Please stop changing your names from Esperanza to Hope. Because your last name says Si Se Puedes, but your actions say build that wall. I'm tired of being polite, so quit quoting that orange motherfucker and fucking up my tamales at Christmas. Or, the name of this poem is Bougie Latinos Play Dead for Survival. Stuck between the beaks of two eagles, they pretend to be eagles themselves, treating their native tongues as welcome mat, saying shit like, I'm not Mexican, I'm Spanish, knowing goddamn well that abuelas try to say fronteras as our abuelas. Or, the name of this poem is Stop Saying the Barrio is a Dangerous Place to Live. Yes, my neighbor sells drugs, and he's polite as shit. Or, Loconuts, you're kind of low-key part of the problem. Or, you're kind of high-key part of the problem. Or, Latinos living under the veil of white privilege, you're kind of the fucking problem. Or, the name of this poem is The God of Irony taught us protecting murdered generation meant teaching our children to become muted ghosts. We catacomb the gods that we knew in the earth of our throats. American history is a form of torture that taught the people of the sun to quit reaching for the sky. But being American teaches that acting respectable is how you remain alive. But we still sacrifice our still beating hearts to consolations. Now, when faced with a bullet, we curb our fears by pretending that we are guns too. Latinos are made of the morning and the dying of dusk. We are made of brighter things than what they taught us we weren't. And assimilation is only a few letters away from asked out. But we have turned our children into suburban flowers of assimilation. But no matter how many times we are plucked like weeds, gardens still spring from the roots. Being lost is no excuse for finding yourself on the wrong side of the front lines. Or, the name of this poem is Latinos. I'm not saying that America is coming for you. I'm saying it already did. And when it wants to, again, loving NASCAR, white Jesus, and naming your kids Britney isn't going to save your ass anyway. Thank you.
Shout out to your amazing hostess. Well, you know, there's no, correct pronouns for just host. Mandy Lynn, she's awesome. And yeah, you can see how I'm, stalling because I'm trying to find the piece that I was writing.
I thought you were just being nice.
But,
Thank you.
hey, come on. Find it. Man, I was just working on this.
Do you need more time?
No. this is old shit. Yeah, I've been editing, but I mean, I'm trying to get this, book together. King Lightskin, pop, holla at me. But yeah, so this is one of the pieces that I did when quarantine, the first wave of quarantine was coming through. So quarantine has made me reevaluate everything in my life. One of my conclusions I've made is that from this point on, anybody that wants to be in my life, you better get ready to be closer than you have ever been with another human being ever. Like, so close that other people will get uncomfortable being around us, saying we go back like Cadillacs, all your deepest, darkest secrets. I need those. I'm going to know every follicle of hair on your body. I don't care if you hate it. I'm getting friendship rings, necklaces, and bracelets. Every time we hang out, we're going to be lit. Matching outfits. I'm pulling out your chair, secret handshakes, and pinky swears. I need to know your sign, your time of birth, rising sun, moon signs, and all that other shit. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I'm keeping it with me. Okay, matching tattoos, movie marathons with all the best friend movies like Mighty Ducks, Heavyweights, I Love You Man, anything that ends in a lot of emotions being shared with hugs and high fives. I'm choreographing dance routines, so when we go out, we can bust them out. We are sharing our social media accounts because I need to approve all of your posts. Our heartbeats will beat at the same time. Vacations. Your family will be my family. You need a kidney? I got you, fam. Committed a felony? I got the alibi. I'm saying this shit is do or die. I'll give you every dollar I got and every shirt I can pull off my back, a place to stay, drugs, whatever you need, I got you. You'll want nothing if you fuck with me. And hopefully this will stop you from betraying me. This quarantine showed me how all of the people close to me in my life left me for dead, let me down, did me dirty, thought of me and chose violence. Character is who people are when you aren't around, but when you're forced to be around them, after a while, they just forget the character they were playing with you, the character they were hiding from you. When you are forced to spend time with people for long periods of time, you start to see certain things you never caught before. There was separation and time away. Certain curtains that usually stayed closed were drawn, and you could see the person they were draped up to be. But this is my fault. If I was closer to the people in my life, then A, they would never think to hurt me in all these ways, or at least B, I could have seen this shit coming. I put my world in their hands, then they turned their palms down. I can't say I was stabbed in the back when it was all in front of me. I just thought I was doing everything, or at least enough to keep everyone smiling. All they ended up doing was cutting me when I wasn't around. You knew where I stood, and you sent coordinates for missiles to deplete me of all the love that I gave. So with that being said, I'm willing to give you any and everything for your loyalty. You gotta be here when it's storming, tornadoes, tsunamis, all that, because I can't take another fair weather friend. Thank you.
His name is Stretch. No. His name is Stretch, and his name couldn't be more fitting. His reputation precedes him because, as he would say, his weed and his dick are indeed better than your current drug dealer. He gets as deeply into your lungs as he does between your thighs, with his 10 inches of thick confidence. The kind that tickles your belly and makes you arch your back, inviting Stretch to do what he does best. Please you. Please me. Fuck, Stretch. Please me with those long stretches of your ego as you whisper in my ear. You know I like that body. Give me that ass. Yes, Daddy. I reply as your hands go between my thighs to my ass and pull me up to pull yourself in deeper, to make me catch my breath before you go weak in the legs, leaning forward to be face down, ass up, to let Stretch do what he does best. But he's not greedy, asking what I want. As I turn on my back to pull him in and put him in deeper, reaching over his thighs, grabbing on his ass. Don't be afraid to push me in harder, baby. With a cheeky grin, Stretch loosens up to do what he does best. Until I'm left weightless, breathless, and fucking raw. Wondering, when am I going to need some good weed and even better dick again? Thank you.